What's up everyone, this is CyberKnight, and today we have some Yu-Gi-Oh news for you guys. It looks like some new cards have been revealed from Extreme Force. There's been a lot of different leaks, so that means we have a ton of new cards to talk about, and I'm going to try to talk about everything in this one video. So I have links to everything in the description as well, and on a few of these cards I'm just going to kind of skim through just because, yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of cards to talk about, and there's like some main ones that I mainly, feel like you guys will want to hear about. So first off, we have, let's see, a couple new Cyberse monsters. They're pretty interesting, like, I think it's Striping Partner, or I hope that's the name. Anyway, pretty interesting. You can get it to your side of the field if, a monster effect is negated on your side of the field, and you get to special summon this card from your hand, and then you can special summon a level 4 lower Cyberse monster from your graveyard. So sounds kind of neat, a little situational, but that's what I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what it can do. Then also rockets, I guess I have to call them that now instead of bullets. I keep wanting to call them bullets. Anyway, we have Metal Rocket Dragon. They've got a new monster, and with this one, basically, its effect, that's different because they all basically share the same effects. Its own effect that it has, though, is that when a Link monster's effect that targets a card in the field is activated, quick effect, you can destroy this card, then destroy all cards your opponent controls that are in the same column and the zone that this card was occupying. So basically, you can just destroy all these different cards in the same column as this card afterwards. So, sounds pretty cool. I mean, it's like just basically a good destruction effect for rockets. So, might be worth trying out. I think that will come in handy for them. Also, a few more of the Mythical Beast cards have been revealed. If you haven't heard about them, basically they're a new pendulum archetype that deals with like spell counters and stuff. So they look pretty interesting. They're one I'm looking forward to trying out whenever everything is revealed, which I guess we have everything now. So I don't know a ton about them. But yeah, they sound pretty fun. Like this one is Mythical Beast Medusa. Basically what it does is that it can help you special summon one of your monsters from the graveyard, and also you can place a spell counter on that monster. And the monster effect that it has is that you can remove 2 spell counters from your side of the field, then target a face-up monster and half its attack and defense till the end of the turn. So it can help you bring back one of your Mythical Beasts or whatever monster, and also just weaken your opponent's monsters. Not bad. Seems pretty interesting for them. Also, too, this one is a little bit different. What it does is it helps you recycle your monsters. It's Mythical Beast Basilisk, and basically what the pendulum effect is, it helps you get a spellcaster pendulum monster from your extra deck, and you get to put it into the deck, and then you get to draw a card. So, recycles them, and also you can remove 3 spell counters from the field and return 1 Mythical Beast card from your pendulum zone or face up in your extra deck to the hand. So, again, just helps you get back your different Mythical Beast cards. We also have this card. I feel like this is worth mentioning. It is Grappler. It is a level 1 tuner monster, and when it does damage to your opponent, you can revive a monster in your graveyard and special summon it in the fence position. It sounds kind of interesting, I mean, because if you're able to do that, you get a pretty easy synchro summon off of it. Other than that, though, I don't really see it being used, but interesting idea. And there's also this new Dinosaur monster that is dealing with banished dinosaurs, because with it, you can special summon it from your hand by shuffling 5 of your banished dinosaur monsters into the deck. Then you can only use this card's second effect once per turn. The first effect is once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card, quick effect, you can destroy a dinosaur monster from your hand or field if you do negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy it. And then the effect you can only use once per turn is, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add 1 Evolution Pill spell card from your deck to your hand. So kind of going with a different strategy with dinosaurs. I feel like they're trying to, give them something new after, of course, like with True Kings and everything, how that kind of hurt them because they were, everyone's, had their eye on them because of the ban list then. So it kind of looks like they're going with a new strategy, and this is kind of more of the banished build, I guess, for dinosaurs like Tyranno Infinity and stuff. So it looks pretty cool, being able to easily be special summoned, negate spells and traps, and also search for an evolution pill. Sounds cool. Then we have Desmanian Devil. I feel like this one's kind of worth mentioning. I mean, it's kind of a straightforward searching card. Destroys a monster by battle. You get to add 1 level 4 lower beast monster from your deck to your hand. But could come in handy, actually. So I feel like that's worth kind of looking at. Also, a Genshimitsu, which is a monster that you can change to face down the fence, but also it has a flip effect where you can draw a card, then discard a card. So that's actually kind of interesting. Kind of reminds me of like, oh, I can't remember its name right now. The one where you could draw a card and you discard a card. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So I guess that in monster form. Kind of cool. We also have this brand new Link monster that's worth talking about. That is Skulldeet, the Chained Draco Serpent. It is an Earth Dragon Link monster, Link of 4, 2,800 attack, and then the Link points are at the top, bottom left, bottom, and bottom right. Anyway, of course, it requires 2+ monsters with different names to link summon into it, and its effects are, this card gains the following effects depending on the number of monsters used as its materials. If it's 2 or more, if a monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this card points to, that monster gains 300 attack and defense. 3 or more, once per turn, you can special summon one monster from your hand, and if it is 4, then when this card is link summoned, you can draw 4 cards, return 3 of them to the bottom of your deck in any order. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good link monster. It's generic, so it can work with everything, so that's cool. It can make it so it can power up your monsters, or even your opponent's monsters, I guess technically, because it can point to them. Then also, it can help you special summon a monster from your hand, which can mean more link monsters or whatever from that. And also, if you do use 4 monsters to link summon into this, you draw 4 cards, you get to keep one of them and rearrange the other ones and put them to the bottom of your deck. So sounds pretty cool, and I think this one's definitely going to be worth trying out. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to that one, and the artwork, too, looks amazing. Kind of looks like a Link version of Black Skull Dragon. It's what it reminds me of when I first saw it. We also have Link Control. Basically, it's like a destruction card. Whenever you have a bunch of, like, Link rating 4 or higher monsters, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls up to the number of Link rating 3 or higher monsters you control. So it's like a destruction card, really. Kind of something I figured we would see in the future with Link monsters. Let's see, we also have a field spell for the Rockets. It is Revolve Boot Sector, and I'll read off its full effect, why not? You can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. The first effect is Rocket monsters you control gain 300 attack and defense. Second effect is you can activate one of these effects. Special summon up to 2 Rocket monsters with different names from your hand in defense position. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon Rocket monsters with different names from your graveyard in defense position up to the monster deficit. So, yeah, it's one that can power up your Rockets and help you get more of them to your side of the field. Plain and simple, really, for it, and sounds pretty cool. I mean, it is a good field spell for them. We also have Boreal Refrigeration, so it's another, I guess, Rocket, yeah, it's a Rocket trap card, normal trap card. You tribute a Rocket monster, target a Boreal Link monster you control, equip this card to that target, it gains this effect. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one monster you control. During this turn, the monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. So a little bit of a protection effect for your Boreal Link monsters. Makes me wonder if we're going to see more of them in the future. That's kind of cool. We also have Guy Dance, which, that is just awesome. First off, that the artwork and everything, so cool. Let's see, it's a normal trap, and what it does is basically you get to select one of your opponent's unused main monster zones. While that zone is unusable, your opponent would normal summon or set a monster to a main monster zone. They have to use that zone that you chose. This effect is applied until that zone becomes unoccupied. So basically your opponent has to keep using that zone that you're choosing for them. So it's a way for you to manipulate where your opponent is placing their cards. An interesting idea, if you're using some kind of deck that depends on like columns and stuff, that could really work to your advantage. So not bad. I mean, I just mainly want it for the artwork though, to be honest. We also have a brand new version of Giant Trunade, and I know it's going to be the title of this video and people are going to be like, when are we getting to that card? Sorry, there's so much to talk about, but this is the main card I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to hear about. It is Localized Trunade, and it is a normal spell, and what it does is return all set spells or trap cards on the field to the hand. Now, when I talked about this on Facebook, or I posted on Facebook, people were wondering, well, what's the difference with this card? Well, of course, it returns all set spells and traps. Giant Trunade, the original one, just returned all spells and traps, in case people are wondering what the difference is. So yeah, it's a little bit weaker, I guess, technically because of that. Still a great card, so I think it's definitely going to be usable and will come in handy. So yeah, I think that it'll be a secret for us. I'm just going to say it now. Let's see, we have an equipped spell card. Really? Guardian's Force. What does it do? Oh, it helps you. You can place spell counter on this card, and the monster that it's equipped to gains 500 attack and defense for each spell counter, and if the equipped monster will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove on the spell counter. So, sounds like something for those mythical cards, those pendulums. Pretty cool. Parthian Shot, when battle phase ends, and now becomes the end phase of the turn. That's neat. Has like the Subterra Link monster on it as well. Then we have Sensor Differentiation. It's a continuous trap card, and its effect is each player can only control one monster of each type, so none of their face-up cards they control to the graveyard. That's kind of cool. I can see that come in handy with a deck that, is using a variety of different monsters. We also have Contacting Sea. It is an earth insect. It's another one of the sea monsters like Max Sea and the others, basically, if you haven't heard about them. This one, though, is level 6, 1,500 attack, 2,200 defense, so it's a little bit more defensive. Anyway, its effects are that when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in defense position. If this card's controller would fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon, they must use this card as a material. So, interesting, I guess, but if they don't have anything generic, like for any of those forms of summoning, then, yeah, you just stop them from using those forms of summoning, I guess, basically. So if they have to have, like, let's say, all Cyberse monsters to link summon, a certain monster, then, and they have to use this card, then it wouldn't work, I guess, technically. So I guess that's what it's going for with this. Same with like synchros and other things too. It would throw off, you know, the level and different things too, even with like Xyzs. So it's just there to disrupt your opponent's summoning monsters from the extra deck. So sounds kind of neat. You know, again, kind of situational, but it might be kind of a funny like troll idea too. So I might have to check that card out. Let's see, Role Reversal. It's a quick play, and if your life points are more than your opponent's, you swap life points with your opponent. I can see that definitely come in handy for some reason, like some kind of troll deck. Like, I feel like that's going to be used with something like that. Interesting idea, though. Inspect Border. Let's see, is this... oh, okay, it's not a Cyberse. It's actually a machine monster. Level 4 light machined, 2000 attack and 2000 defense. Cannot be normal or special summon while you control a monster, but can be normal set. Each turn, each player can only activate monster effects a number of times up to the number of monster card types. Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, Pendulum, and or Link among those monsters on the field. So basically, if this is being used on a deck that only goes for one form of summoning or only a couple of forms of summoning, they can't activate as many monster effects. Again, it seems a little situational, but interesting. There's a lot of cards like that I feel like that we talked about where it's like, I could see this coming in handy possibly in the future. And then the last one we have is Zombino, or at least the last of this page for Extreme Force, because we also have a promo card I want to talk about. But anyway, Zombino, so it's like Zombina, I guess, but this one is a normal monster, and it's a level 4 Earth zombie with a 2000 attack and 0 defense. Basically, you have a card you can use with Rescue Rabbit, a zombie monster, that has 2000 attacks, so that's actually pretty good. I mean, we're starting to see a lot more of these normal monsters that are a certain type, that are level 4, and that have 2000 attack with them and 0 defense, and we just now have one for zombies. So it sounds like it's going to come in handy, and I think a lot of people are going to be looking forward to that one too. Like I said, Rescue Rabbit with that. There you go. And there's the flavor text if you guys want to read it off for yourself. But yeah, that is everything from the Extreme Force page, and I try to skim through everything, but I know it's still going to be a long video, so forgive me on that. But after that, of course, too, we also have this brand new promo card, which I didn't get a chance to talk about last time, but it is Security Dragon. Basically, it's like a baby version of Firewall Dragon. We'll think of it like that. We still don't know its attack, but we know its effect and everything, so I'm going to go ahead and read that off. You can only see this card's name's effect once per turn. That effect is once while this card is face up. If this card is co-linked, you can target one monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So yeah, it's basically a proxy dragon, another proxy dragon, that can also return monsters your opponent controls to their hand. And of course, if it's a monster from the extra deck, it'll go back to the extra deck instead, obviously. So it's a link monster, doesn't go to their hand, it'll go to their extra deck. In case people are confused on that, I get a few questions every so often on that. Basically, as they're saying here, I mean, you combine it with Proxy Dragon to make Firewall Dragon. So it's a good link monster to have, and I think it's going to be pretty much a staple for a lot of people to use, like we're seeing with Proxy Dragon. So another option for that to help you bring out even stronger link monsters afterwards. So not bad, and even though we don't know what its attack is, honestly, it doesn't matter, because you're going to use it to link summon and stuff anyway. It's kind of like Proxy Dragon's attack. Doesn't really matter, because of what it does anyway. So sounds pretty cool, and it's a promo for Japan. I have no idea how we're going to get this card. It could be a promo for us, or it could be thrown in one of the sets. Who knows? Maybe if we're lucky, it'll get thrown into like Extreme Force or something for us. And yep, there you go. Those are all the cards that we're going to be talking about for this video tonight. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Of course, everything will be in the description too if you guys want to check out any more of these cards and read through their effects, because I know I skimmed through a few of them. So all that info will be in the description. And be sure to tell me in the comments too what cards you guys are most excited about that we talked about for tonight's video. But yeah, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos and other Yu-Gi-Oh! Related videos. And of course I will. Catch you guys later. See ya.